Oh, but I need to do, I don't have time to do that. I got to do this for me. Huh? No, we shouldn't be like that. We should put our needs aside and take care of what Christ wants us to do.
That's what we're supposed to. And I'm learning. I'm just learning. I'm not. This is, it's hit me first. But to be a servant, like I said last week, a servant is to do, not ask.
Right.
We are supposed to have a servant's heart.
Yeah.
So, we need to do more of that. We need to help out, and we do. In our own little world life, we do help out.
A servant is a worker. A servant is not a boss.
Right.
I mean, we can all tell so-and-so, go do this, go do that.
Right.
When it was our job.
Right.
And we tried to get somebody else to do it.
Right. That's what it's for.
Yeah. But, the lacking that we've got going on is within ourselves, I think. And then I say, we'll never be perfect. But even that, as long as we do the best, like I said, if we learn and then don't do, woohoo. If we
staying motivated as we are here when we walk out the door.
Right.
Because I feel, where I get really, again, motivated to do things, and then once I go out, it's like kind of eases up a little.
Yeah. I understand, and I think we all understand that our ego kicks in for a while, and then you face the world out there, and there's so many other things to do. I don't know. All I know is that if God gives us a job to do, we need to do it. But we do. The main thing in this is we need to realize that all the things that these churches had going on is going on today. I heard a preacher this week preaching. He said every church has got a problem. He said, and the problem, I think it was 3, if I can think of them. He said, you'll find it anywhere you go. Hatred. You'll find envy, which is jealousy, and it causes strife. And I think that so many people today don't want anybody having a part in some of the churches if the Spirit moves on you. Oh, don't let them back up there no more. I mean, that's the dead church he was talking about. They had a dead church in there too. The dead church don't want life. But it said that just as God breathed the breath of life into Adam, he can breathe the breath of life into that church. But it's through the people. The church is the people. We need to be willing to learn how to pick up our cross and carry it, because everybody's cross is different. My problems and my needs are different than other people's. And like she said, our egos are different sometimes. So I'm going to skip on from that because the clock's still ticking. Numbers in the Revelation. And you see all those, how many, we'd be here till 6 o'clock if we read all that stuff. So we're just going to read certain things. Revelation 1:20, the mystery of 7 stars which I saw in my right hand, and the golden candlesticks. The 7 stars are the angels of the 7 churches. You see? And he's talking about the angels that he sent to those 7 churches. it explains itself very plain in places. Now that's a place that we don't have no trouble understanding. It said, the 7 stars are the angels, and the 7 are the 7 churches. The 7 stars are the angels. I mean, they're like, do we savvy? And the 7 candlesticks that thou saw are the 7 churches. So there's no mystery in that. There's a lot of mystery. There's a lot of mystery in it, but like I said, it is to keep you studying. If you read this book through one time and said, I know everything, just throw that thing in the trash. You'd be a liar.
That's right. You read a verse today, and maybe 2 weeks later, you read it again, you go, yes. Did I read that?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, no, you can't.
Don't always savvy
No, sir.
the first
No,
time.
you do not savvy.
Yeah. And I think, if we ask God, that's Him opening it up to you. Because maybe you didn't ask Him to open it up to you the first time. But He'll open the Word up to us. Along with the mysteries that are in Revelation, He gives us another warning at the end of the book. He says, if we take away or add to the words of this book, our name will be taken out of the book of life. Now that's the one book we don't want to fool with. I mean, we're writing our book every day. What I'm doing right now is being put in a book. It'll be there. Bad or poor or whatever it might be. But and they can throw that book away if they want to. I probably wouldn't care. But the book of life is precious. It's sacred. It's everything. We don't want our name taken out of that. It says in 4:4 says, round about the throne were 24 seats, 24 seats, and upon the seats I saw 24 elders sitting. I mean, can you understand that John actually saw this? Around the throne, he seen the throne, and he saw all the elders sitting around the throne with little thrones. And these are representatives of the tribes and of us, the saved people that's going to be there. There's a purpose for everything. So you can't say that right now Jesus Christ is our representative. He represents us to the Father. He's our intercessor. He's representing us to the Father. So if we fail, we need to ask Jesus to make it right for us. And He can, because He did. Because He died once for something. He died for a sin that He never committed. He's never made the first sin, but yet He died for all sin. Now, I don't think we can ever get our thoughts around that, because like you talk about the Indians' moccasins, if you haven't been in them, you don't understand. And I can tell you how to deal with your life, but if I ain't been in your shoes, is my guidance any good? No, I don't know what you're going through. We have to know each other. And Christ knows us. That's why He's representing us. And we don't want to fire Him. He's the only one we need. 6 says, before the throne there was a sea of glass like unto crystal. Can you imagine that? Looking into glass that just looked like crystal, and seeing probably the reflection of the throne. You know how you can see a reflection on the water? Beautiful sometimes. But to see the reflection of the main throne, maybe even the other 24 small thrones of the elders. And in the midst of the throne, round about the throne, were 4 beasts full of eyes before and behind. The first beast was like a lion, the second like a calf, and the third beast face of a man, and the fourth beast like a flying eagle. Now, I think this says it goes back to Ezekiel. Only thing, Ezekiel saw 4 different beasts with each one of those faces. This one is that one beast combined with all 4 faces. It said, there appeared another wonder in heaven. Behold, the great red dragon. You know who that is? Okay, but look what he had 7 heads. He wanted to be like Christ. He got 7 heads. But nah, let's outdo him a little bit. He got 10 horns. He's greater. He's greater than Christ. That's what he wants to represent himself as, being greater than Christ. Because I got 10 horns. He only got 7. You know. And 7 crowns upon his head. Who would expect to see Satan with a crown? I'd like to crown him, wouldn't you? But not with, I'd use that crown more like Jesus wore. Maybe put a little pressure down on it. You know? But Satan wants to make himself out to be greater than God. He tried that once. He got kicked out. He got the boot. Now I stood on the land of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads, 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his head the name of blasphemy. Not only did John see the good things, but he showed him other things. Because all this stuff is to come. And these, that's where Satan was always represented by red. And I have even heard people go as far as to say, you can't wear a red dress to church. I mean, that's actually, I've heard that. Isn't that terrible? Yeah, that's bad.
Well, then the stoplight.
Yeah, well, I think it is a devil. It stops me every time I get there.
Wow, I never heard of that.
I always told Rosie there's certain spotlights, stoplights, that got it out for me. They see me coming. All right, that's. I'll do a little bit on this other here. Let's turn the page instead of the book. Now, this is another one that we want to avoid. The mark of the beast. The beast is earthly. And in order for us to buy and sell, we're going to have that mark in the coming days. Now, I've also been told that they're saying I can't even go out of state if I don't have a shot. That's what they're saying. Huh?
We're in the final of the beast.
Yeah. But you can look out today and see in politics, they're wanting to control us. They told you put a mask on. And I agree with the mask. I really do. Because I think I've had a lot less colds this year. I talked to a guy yesterday, he said he ain't had a cold this year, and he attributes it to the mask. And I still wear my mask. I don't want to wear it because I'm told to, though. I wear it because I want to. I want to protect me. I want to protect you.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want somebody else to have control over my life because I'm responsible to God for what I do. And if If I make you do something and go wrong, guess what? Your blood can be on my hands by leading you astray. So we don't want to do that. It said, he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. So he didn't leave anybody out. And it says right there in front, he caused all. So he didn't even have to list all the rest of it, but they did. Small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or on their forehead, that no man might buy or sell, save he have the mark or the name of the beast. See, this is an earthly thing. It has nothing to do with heaven. Or the number of his name. So, if we are willing to, I think when you take the mark, you have just submitted your life totally to the beast. You no longer have any right to God because you gave up God to turn your life over to the beast. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. It's a 666. That's, when you get married, you make a commitment to each other. And it's paper. Get a paper you hang on the wall if you want to. But that paper don't mean nothing. Like the guy said, the old paper lay there and let you write anything on it. Amen. Lie or the truth, either one. But it's a commitment you made between each other. I will be your best friend. I'll be your helpmate. I'll be everything that I can be for you as long as both of us live. And it's a verbal thing. But it's an oath to God that you make between each other. And if you take this number, you've made an oath to Satan. And there's no return. I'm sorry. So don't go there. But here's the problem. You got a newborn baby, needs milk. You love that baby. Do you love it enough? Are you going to let it die? Huh? It will go to heaven. But do we have the compassion to let it? And the devil knows that. He gets our weakest link is what he looks for. And something you love is what he's going to try to take from you in exchange for something for him. So, it's going to get tough. You think it's tough so far? No, we ain't seen tough yet. Like I said in the beginning, it's going to get worse. It's sad, but true. So I think, wouldn't it be great to go in the rapture? Mike say it'd be great just to die because you're going on. You got a better place to go. But the ones that's here on earth in the last days are the ones that's going to have to stand a whole lot like Jesus Christ stood. They're going to have to take the punishment. Jesus, he didn't see, his disciples were crucified and just mistreated every way they could, but he saw it, but he was gone from earth when it happened. But he knew what was going on. He don't pull nothing over on him. So the things that we're going to see to our loved ones is going to cut you to the bone, to the heart, that you have to let it happen. Knowing that the only way out is to sell your soul to the devil. You know, the devil went down to Georgia. He got whooped. Little Johnny could outplay him. And he laid his golden fiddle down there and said, she's yours. And Johnny told him, come on back, old devil, if you ever if you get better. But well, we don't ever want to feel at home in this world. But I'll tell you, one thing that's made life miserable, nothing more than politics. We play politics day after day after day, and you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. You want your back scratched, you're going to give me something in return. So I know one of the greatest politicians West Virginia thinks they ever had, and I won't call no names. He got a lot of money for West Virginia, but he gave more pork to other states. He gave $20 million to get one. No politicking in the pulpit? All right, I'll give that one up then. But I tell you, I committed my life to her 49 years ago. I guess I better listen. Amen. All right, thank you. Probably be along shortly.